Let's see who jumps in on this fucking surprise live stream. God, who's first in? Hit us up. Who's first in? Hit us on the comments. Two people. You guys are the Twitterers. Twitter. How we doing? I'm not bad. Trade Zero, small account challenge. If you want to use them as a broker, I use them because I've got all the borrows. Been with them 4 or 5 years. 4 years. Small account challenge. I've actually got a good plan. I've got a setup which is pretty much like 92% win rate, and it's common quite often now. Good short setup. Saw it on at MNOV yesterday. 92% depending on how you play it, but it's got a 92% win rate. So I think I'm going to use my small account to just play this pattern over and 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 over. But yeah, I mean, small accounts from 1,800. I got it up at 2.2. It's now 2,130. So I had a bit of a blip, but I'm still like, I've grew at like 20%. Be focused on it a lot more now that the market has been reignited. So God, my teeth are fucking white. I'm not even whitening them. It's weird. I don't even brush them that much. I should brush them more. But I didn't. Basically, day 10 was like yesterday, so I'm recapping it before the market opens. What's up, guys? Son and Paula. I will go through these plays. Jobless pilot, all right, mate. But I just want to I'll go through fairly quickly because like the big trade that I made wasn't on a small account. It was on a bigger account because it was a high price stock. So I've actually showed Tesla. And I just want to kind of talk, and I'll shout out to Roscoe Nolan. Roscoe Nolan's quite often in here. You'll catch him under LWT Trading. He's like a pal from the Northeast. I've known him for years and years and years. He's got his own little room, which I jump in from time to time. But like he's good with the higher price stuff, and he's good with the smaller price stuff. But the smaller price stuff, like we learned 4 years ago together. But the higher price stuff, he's obviously got an edge. Big edge on me because he's got like 10 years in finance or whatever. But anyway, less about that. The interest in the Tesla short was crazy, and I'm excited to kind of recap this. So this was a 3.5k trade, which is not like I was like 42k up on the year, and I took a bad few thousand losses, and I was like, "Fuck, how can I lose everything that I've made? Is this the end? Is trading too good to be true?" And turned out like it wasn't. I recovered. Like I've made like 4 or 5 grand back. I'm still like a couple of thousand down, like just maybe 3 max, around 3 max. So I can make it back and finish the month green, which will be 9 green, 1 red months on the year, which is really good. But Tesla, it's I mean, and I'm kind of quoting some of the stuff that Roscoe says. That's not like my information. I'm like passing it off as mine, but really it's kind of I'm just regurgitating what I've learned. But I mean, it's no like Tesla's 5 to 500, right? It's up 1,000%. 50 to 500, it's up 1,000%. And this isn't normal, and it's healthy. And this is something that I heard from someone else actually. It's just healthy to get these like pullbacks. It's like kind of healthy for it to come back to like the 200s, 250, something like that, because it is so overextended. So I mean, for me, you've got this kind of classic top at 500, surprise, surprise. Then you've got the lower high. But the key was here. So you've got this trend about to break down, this descending triangle. You've got this very, well, it's not really a descending triangle. You've got this very small support line across the daily. And then it just falls under, and it falls under on battery day. Now, the thing with Tesla is you have the old saying of buy the rumor, sell the news. So I don't buy the rumor, sell the news. I'll let other people buy the rumor, and then when the news is sold, I'll short, adding more selling pressure. So I was basically on Tesla. I waited for battery day. I've got the charts and the entries and exits, but that's going to take too much time to. There's a lot of things to go through because I kind of missed the day. So it's for me. It's wait for the rumor, short the news, or wait for the news and short it. And It was quite interesting because this is Tesla on the day of Battery Day, and this is Elon Musk's conference right here. This is the push when he was just about to make an announcement. We all knew that there was, well, we can't, it's risky because you don't, like, I was short basically in the 420s, and I was obviously a little bit scared, thinking, oh, in hindsight, I should have waited a bit longer and shorted into the conference push. But we kind of knew that there was no big announcement coming. You don't always know, you're guessing, but it was 90% there wasn't going to be an announcement. And when it was a car in 3 years that's cheap and a new kind of battery which is being developed, but it's insanely difficult for those who watch the conference, you get this drop from the 440s all the way down to the 360s. I actually covered in the 390s, reshorted a bit, and then I was out the next day, like in the like 390s as well. I could have obviously got the 70s, 360s, but just wasn't a bit. I'm not experienced enough playing the higher price stocks, and I was like short 50k to make like 3.5. So I'm not, I wouldn't have played it any other way. I'm really, really kind of happy with that win and that play. The only other trade that I kind of took yesterday was MNOV. It's a 30 million floor, ton of bag holders in here. You've got your push already in the pre-market. I actually got some nice shorts. Kind of guessed the top, was quite lucky in the 750s, added in the 740s, took it off pre-market in the like 680s. So I was like, it's like I've got 8%, I'll take it. Added a little bit into the push in the 670s, took it off in like the 630s, and I'm just like done. In hindsight, I need to hold on like a quarter or a fifth onto some of these, but MNOV is just a classic fucking people are trapped in the chart. It's made its move. News isn't that good. EV sector's just fucking took over all the volumes there. And that's it. Now with SPI, it was such a shame because SPI, and we'll just leave it on SPI, and then if anyone's got like any quick questions, there's a couple of other trades I took, but nothing special. I mean, before we go through SPI, look, as short Sava on the first red day, and then that push. So that was a good cut. But for the likes of Kodak, short the first red day, I got squeezed out about 1080. It's now in the it's now in the kind of 8s. So like totally fucked that one. What was the other one? SOL, like SOL is coming right next to resistance. It's got a history of running and giving it all back. I was short in the 280s and I was just annoyed, so I took it off. If I swung that and like take fifth size, add into the winner, that's down in the 2s. That's like 30%. Like I really fucked some stuff up, but my head wasn't right. Like I took some losses. But SPI, if we just, first of all, if you look at the volume, biggest runner I think I've ever seen. But if you look at the volume pre-market, we have 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23, 24. I have about 27 million pre-market, so it's rotated its float first time. It's rotated its float 4 times. It's like 7 million float. And when you see, I call them, I can't remember the name I've got for these, like I call them lightning bolts. When I save all these charts and categorize and order them by daily, by intra, by pre, by dollar volume, by volume. I like categorize all these charts in all different ways. Because people say like, read the charts, study the charts, but I don't know how. It's like, oh, you've got to like format all of the charts into different segments and different patterns. And then just get all the ones that look the same and just study them and look at them over and over and think, oh, that's like that one, that's like that one, that's like that one. That's the only way I've known how to be a profitable trader. But SPI, like if you look at it, pops in the morning, and but by the way, SPI is interesting. It's like it's EV, so it's hot sector, but it's not just hot sector. It's launching a new car, its first EV car, so it's pretty legit news. Unless you Nikola, which was a big fraud, just fucking hilarious. And who's the guy who went to prison? I forgot his name. But like, I even saw this, and that's just 1 second. That's made me making jokes on fucking Tinder girls. Jesus, got to be careful what I'm showing. So SPI, like, I even looked at this when it popped up, and I was like in the twos, and I was like, fuck this. It's EV and it's dead high volume. Forget it. And obviously, and there would have been some people like thinking, oh, this is the end, like around the threes, held quite nicely, and then you've got the perfect like squeeze kind of break on the nines. 920s leading up to the open, and the open was quite fascinating because with the open we had this kind of software stocks that trade, by the way. When you've got 3.2 million, and then you've got this is the high of day now. And I remember watching this. I was actually watching it with Roscoe, and I was like, and it's up like 200%, right? It's gone from like 1 to 4 or 150 to 4, so it's up 220% or something. It's traded 24 million in the pre-market, 7 million in the opening 2-minute candles, and I'm like, this has to. It's like it's unquestionably along, like unquestionably. For me, 20 million pre-market rotated its float 4 times. I mean, if it just died at the open immediately and it was like an 800,000 candle, then yes, someone's pumped it all on like volume or pre-market just to dump dilution out. You get it up as much as it can while the volume's like that, just dump it at the open. But any other scenario than that, it has to be along. Like and they're not going to be pumping it pre-market if it's EV and they're launching a new car. It's legitimate news, so it's impossible to be anything but along. But I can bet you fucking dollar there'll be a lot of shorts in it nonetheless, especially in this fake out. But we've got 7 million at the open. So I'm thinking, is it a long off the fours? Because you've got the whole dollar support. Tempted to take it, but like it's up 220%. It's just gone from 350 to 4. I'm like, not going to take it now. I'll wait. I'll let it consolidate. It'll be the perfect afternoon break, if anything. Then when we get this drop, I'm like, that's very weird and uncharacteristic because the volume's too high. The news is good and the sector is hot. But even this 360, I thought probably a good buy. And then when we got this lower high, I was thinking, this cannot fail. It can't. It's impossible. Like, it defies all logic, but then the stock market does defy all logic sometimes. So like maybe it will. But I was like, I was never trading in a million years. I'm like, look, just let it consolidate. It'll come back in the afternoon. And then it was this double bottom, 330. That's right. You've got the double bottom. Let it hold a little bit more, and let's take this long. Pops, and then I go downstairs to talk to my mum and dad because I'm talking to them about something because I'm back at home for a bit, and I'm making a coffee. And when I'm making the coffee, I got a text off my friend saying SPI's just went. I thought, fuck, I was meant to buy that at 330. Now, if I was to buy that 330, I would have been out by. I would have been half out in the fours and half out in the 420s or 430s. And I would have been buzzing that I'd made 20% now. But as for the rest of the trade, you've got the break, so your next buy point's back on the fours. You want to be buying the confirmed support. So you've got your second buy opportunity here again, which I didn't take. I'm just not very good long, like, but I know the buys and I know the signals. I'm like scared, when people are scared to take a trade. Not scared at all short because I've done it for 4 years, but I haven't been doing it long very much, so I'm a bit scared. But you've got your perfect buy for risking like 380s. And then you've got your second high of day break up into the sixes. By this point, it's up about 4,000%. Halt, which is a sign of chaos. And again, it's like you've got another double bottom here. So it's confirming that it's holding a new level. You've got quite a nice double bottom. And this hammer candle is a sign that there's some big buyers and support underneath here. Double bottom holds. Very nice support, by the way. Like, this is really nice. Double bottom holding a new level of support. Then you've got this higher low off the sevens, and it's holding really nicely. Like, you've got 30 minutes of consolidation, 40 minutes of consolidation. Any second, you're going to get some sort of like inflection break. So you're looking for something like around, you should get like a breaking point around here. I haven't pre-planned this, I'm just guessing. Look, all right, here's a candle. This breaks the trend. See if it pushes here. Yeah, boom. Soon as that trend breaks, soon as the inflection breaks, it's like basic 101 technical analysis, but you've got like EV, hot sector, massive volume, shorts trapped at the open, double bottom at the open, breaks higher day, double holds higher day support, double bottom at a higher level, 30 minutes consolidation, inflection. That's like 10 signals to buy, and I still didn't buy it. But then with like when you think like sometimes when I go short, I'm like I've got 4 bearish indicators and 1 bullish, it's a good short. This is 10 bullish indicators. And when you get more bullish indicators, the more likely it's going to rip hard. So then you've got the 8s to the 13s, consolidates, 15s, consolidates to small wedge, 25s. Then we're just in absolute squeeze mode. 47 top. And then we've got halts back down, it's done. Pretty crazy. Naturally, you have stocks following it. You've got like Polar followed it. Parabolic sympathies, Sun W, Energy, parabolic sympathy. Polar caught a little bit on the way back down. Around here. No, maybe around the 3s. When this broke down and bounced, it got something around the 3s and made almost nothing on it. It's a bit early in the morning for you guys, but you'll wake up to it. Good morning. Thanks for the recap. Cheers. Stocks to trade. Big resistance. Peace and love, brothers and sisters. Thank you.